youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale. And joining us is a man who makes bubble noises at random.
Ryan Gatt. And the man next to me is the man that likes to go out into the woods and look at beavers.
What's up, everybody? It's Greg here once again. And also joining us, the man who should be kept as far away from your children as possible.
The man who likes to be at the bottom of this dog pile, Nick, from youtube.com/the-tic-tac-man.
Right before we started recording tonight, Dale sent us the most ridiculous picture I've ever seen. And it was this woman that's probably, I'd say, she's maybe 5'7" to 5'9", skinny as hell, and her tits look like weather balloons.
Like, legitimately.
They look like...
It looked like somebody took beach balls, like regular size beach balls, not the little small ones, but the regular size, and just stuffed them under shirt.
I thought that was a little crazy. Like, there's no way that them things could be real. So
hell no.
That brought me to the question of what is your preference in boob size? Dale, since you found that picture and sparked this topic, why don't you go ahead and answer the question first?
I like C cups. Not too big, of course not small, just right. Enough to fit in your hand. And enough to stick your face in and just motorboat those sons of bitches. My reference would be...
Your reference or your preference?
Your reference? You getting references?
Like, I want you to look up the woman that might have them.
He's getting references from chicks that he wants.
Well, I mean, like, I prefer C cups. That's my, that's what I prefer. But like, look at type in Allison
Preference
Brie.
versus your track record.
Okay. Anyways, Dale, what type in
Look up Allison Brie, beautiful woman with just some nice ones. They're actually probably D cups. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I want to know what Greg has to say.
Okay, for me, the thing is that I'm not really sure I have a preference, just as long as they're not, like, ridiculously huge. I mean, like, that's pretty much all I care about. I mean, because there's, like, big is good, but there is such a thing as being too big. It kills my boner.
Well,
I don't know what it is. It's just, like, after a certain size, it's just like, okay, yeah, you know what? It's just not doing anything for me anymore.
Bigger than your head? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I can't handle it, if I can't
like,
strangle it with two hands.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
As long as it doesn't suffocate me, it's all right.
Okay, let's see. I'll pick Ryan.
I'd have to say probably about a 34C would be probably pretty good. Decent size. I'm not really a boob guy, though. I'm more of an ass kind of guy. I like the big booties. But no, I would say not too big, because if you go too big, it's just overkill.
Yes.
All right, you got huge tits, it's all right, but just slap me in the face as I have sex with you. I don't want all that, you know. My preference is I don't want big old titties hitting me in the face. That's all. Let's hear with the man that's very sexual. What do you prefer, Nick?
I'm the man that's very sexual, apparently.
He prefers whatever fits in a training ball. So let's just cut the chase there.
Honestly, I always say I prefer B and C, but if you look at my track record, they go way bigger than that. My current one is like the only girl who's ever had B. Before that, they were all like D and above. I mean, but then I realized that I actually like the ass a lot more than the tits, so.
I have to agree with Ryan and Nick. I'm more of an ass guy. I prefer B's, maybe barely a C. I'm not into big tits. I like a nice handful. You know, like if it's spewing out of my hands, then it's too much. I like a pretty decent size B that, you're talking like a 36. Whatever B, that I like them that size, but I'm definitely more of an ass person. I'm just not into big tits.
I like it to where when they lay on their back, they don't look off to the side. They're still straight up in the air.
Perk is a key.
And when it sinks into their armpits.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, even though I prefer like the C cup and everything, that'd be a nice size. But honestly, like, as long as she's a natural woman, she has the right curves and nothing fake about her. I'm neither a boob or an ass kind of guy. Like, that's not the one thing that attracts me. Exactly. As long as it's natural. I mean, as long as she's natural, it has natural curves, natural sizes and everything. I'm down for it.
To me, the most important thing that I would look for in a girlfriend is just if she has a great personality and if she has a cute face. That's about it.
My thing is, you can get the most beautiful girl looks wise in the entire world, and if she has a shitty personality, she's no longer she's no
Yeah,
longer
she's no
that
longer attractive.
But
No.
personality can only go so far.
That's true.
If personality is all she has, I could be best friends with her, but not be attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, personality is a huge key factor, but it can only go so far.
Exactly.
You know what I look for in a girl? The first thing, their eyes.
That is something important.
To
They
me,
gotta
it's
have
very
them passionate eyes.
Like, if I can get lost in them, game over.
But let's get back to the superficial part here. You gotta just, as long as there's enough tit for me to play with.
Exactly. I mean, like what Mike said, if they're just spewing out, which I've had before, and it didn't bother me as bad, but it's not what I prefer.
I was gonna say, Dale, you've been with some heavyweights and some super heavyweights in your day,
And they had some big old titties.
but how much of that's legit tit and not fat?
I don't remember.
But isn't all titty just fat?
He
Pretty much.
No, it's like muscle, man.
he
There's-
tries to repress the memories. He's like, I don't remember.
No,
I don't
I
remember.
seriously don't remember.
I just remember waking up at the hospital and she's like, "I'm sorry, I suffocated you," and you're like, "What?"
Have you ever seen like a really, really decently big sized girl lose a bunch of weight and her tits fucking shrink dramatically?
I have a friend who she used to be a lot heavier and she lost a good bit of weight and she actually had a breast reduction surgery, but she got that surgery she reduced it by 2 full cup sizes. She's already back up to apparently all the fat just went to her tits again.
Which,
I've heard of like people losing, like they used to be
Why can't it
fat
just
and
go
had
to her
big tits,
butt?
and then they just lose it all. Like as soon as they lost a bunch of weight, they shrink.
speaking of, Dale was saying about, well, he was more or less agreeing with me about, if it's too much and it's spewing out. He likes himself, a good snack. So my question is, what is your favorite snack food? I'm gonna start it with Greg.
Of course you are. Start with the fat guy. No, but seriously.
It's your topic, so that's why.
Oh
I
yeah, I
started with
forgot
you.
about that.
You're fat.
Oh man. Anyway, that's
I know
hard.
you're fat.
I'm just big boned.
there
Did you
are
just
a
say
lot
you're
of,
getting
like,
boned?
No, I said I'm not fat. I'm just big boned.
Tubby, 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 tubby.
Anyway, bold party blend Chex Mix. I really love that shit because used to be I also had a lot of sweet snacks that I would buy, but I'm trying to cut down on the amount of sugar I eat to like
Me too.
help me lose weight. So like I've been
And avoid diabetes.
yeah, if I buy snacks, it's usually like something with not a lot of sugar in it. And the bold party blend Chex Mix is really good. It's got a really like sharp taste to it, and it's like really super addictive and like just absolutely delicious. Pass it to you, Mike.
I wouldn't say like I necessarily have a favorite. Probably a week or so ago. I think it was a week ago today, actually. I had a Star Crunch for like the first time in a
God.
long ass time,
Oh
and
my god.
it was just making love in my mouth.
Oh my god.
I know.
Everybody else said it, so I figured I'd say it.
God.
It was just making love in my mouth with my
Caramel
taste buds.
cum.
It was so fucking amazing, and I was like, oh my god.
It was just oozing down my cheeks.
I forgot how good Star Crunches are, and when I had one like a week or so ago, I was just like, oh my fucking god, I forgot how fucking amazing these are. Give me like a nice glass of milk and a fucking Star Crunch, one of them like king size big Star Crunches. Fuck yes,
Mhm.
that's what I'm talking about. Them fucking things are amazing. Ryan, what's your favorite snack?
My favorite snack, it comes from Canada. It's called La Caramel, and it's basically like these little cakes with caramel in them, and they're freaking amazing. They're really good. They got like, but then they take the caramel, they put a caramel topping on it, but then they put it through a flame, which then crusts the caramel on top.
Caramelizes.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
caramelized it, and then the caramel inside, and it's like a little cake with that, and it's so good. But I can never find them here. I can only get them in Canada. Let's hear what Dale's got to say.
Can't go wrong with a good old-fashioned plate full of bagel bites.
Oh my god,
Oh my
bagel
God.
bites, man.
I love
always-
those things.
I always fucking fail at cooking them. That's the thing.
I always just put them in the microwave.
That's what I do, and I always make like, say you make like I think the directions come in like 6s or 9 or something like that.
9.
Where, yeah, okay, 9. So, say I put 9 in there, I cook it too long to where like 7 out of the 9 are too hard, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can never figure it out. To get
I
them
stick
correct.
them in the oven.
Yeah, some people do that. I
Yeah,
don't.
stick them in the oven.
I don't like bagel bites or like say like pizza rolls or anything like that done in the oven. I don't like them like that. Yeah, I think it makes the like with the pizza rolls, for instance, like the crust shit around it or whatever. I think it makes it fucking taste weird. And same thing with the bagel bites.
The bagel bites recently became my favorite. Honestly, not for that long. Like growing up, we does everybody remember the Schwans? I used to always get the wonton rolls from them, and I'd fucking devour those things. And
Yeah, those are good.
they stopped, carrying them or whatever. So I was like, fuck it. I was like, and then my mom's like, hey, I picked up these, like, she's like, here, try them. I was like, oh, bagel bites. I was like, I heard about these. I'm seeing them on TV. I was like, I'll try them. And like, they were having a gangbang in my mouth, which happens every day, but it was fucking amazing. And I love them. Like, I always get the pepperoni ones. The three cheeses are all right, but I prefer the pepperoni ones. I like some meat in my mouth, so
yeah, you gotta have meat there.
Sometimes I'll make them in the microwave, but then other times when it's like I'm not like rushing to make them, I'll like actually set the time aside and cook them in the oven, because to me they actually taste better when they come out of the oven, because like the cheese is like it's melted more, and it's like
it's got
that kind of like more kind of slightly burned taste to it that you get like on regular pizza, and the bagel is nice and crispy, and it tastes so much better to me. They're miniature bagels that are made into pizzas. There's no way you can mess that up unless you just took a shit all over them. I mean, that's the only way I can see you messing that up. And I don't think anybody in their right mind would do that.
I mean, like,
God,
yeah,
all this snack
they're
food talk's
better.
making me so hungry.
Yeah, I'm fucking starving right now. They're better in the oven, but ain't nobody got time for that. So
Exactly. I prefer pizza rolls over the bagel bites though, because I can cook pizza rolls like there's no tomorrow. But bagel bites, I always cook them too hard, and I
them
just
Rolls are pretty good too.
makes me want to go to the
and
Totino's.
tortinas are fucking delicious too. Well, Nick,
Totino's rule.
what do you what's your favorite?
That's a tough one. But normally, whenever I'm eating something, I prefer something or a snack. I prefer something more substantial than something sugary. So I go with usually a chip, and normally it's either those TGI Friday potato skins, or it's usually Doritos.
Oh yeah, the
Doritos.
TGI Fridays potato skins, man.
everybody talks about it. I've never had one before.
They're all right. They got a fucking shitload of flavor on them, but like I don't know.
They're a dense chip. That's why I like those specifically. That's why I'll get like if I go with like a tubed chip, like between Pringles and what are they, the Lay's ones, I'll go with the Lay's ones because they're a thicker chip.
See, I think the Pringles have
I like
better
pork
taste.
rinds.
Yeah, I like
Pork rinds are good.
Does anybody know if Ruffles still makes the molten hot wing flavor of potato chips? Because like when they introduced those last year, like I couldn't stop eating them. Those things were just so good.
They have a hot wings one in Lay's. I just seen them today when I was in the store, but I didn't pay attention if they were the molten ones or not, because I know they got a new like buffalo wings or some random shit.
I was talking about Ruffles, because Ruffles had a flavor. It was molten hot wings.
Oh,
I mean,
well, that's what I meant.
I like
I
the
just
cheddar
remember eating
Ruffles.
them and thinking to myself, "Oh my god, these are so good." I just kept like putting them in my mouth. It's just like, "Oh, I can't stop eating these. What the hell's wrong with me?"
That's what Dale does with dicks.
I gobble them up.
Sorry, Dale. Don't mean to laugh.
Gobble gobble.
I wish I could eat Doritos more, but I have an issue. Is I like to fucking play video games all the time,
Oh my
You get them
God,
all over the
yes.
controller.
and I don't even like if it's Doritos time, it's not video game time, and I wish it could be both at the same time. The thing about it is they don't even need to put the powder on them anymore. They don't. That's just something to do for the experience.
They could just pour the powder straight into my mouth, as far as I'm concerned. One thing, Doritos and video games go back way back for me. I remember back in elementary school, I had a small group of friends, and like we would play video games together. Well, I had a couple friends. Larry was one of them, and my friend Paul. And we used to rent a video game like on a Friday night or something like that. We'd end up picking up like a bag of Doritos, a video game, and a 12-pack of Surge.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Surge.
I haven't had Surge in forever.
That's because
God,
they don't make it anymore. They remade it
know.
into what is now Vault.
Vault,
Yeah.
but they discontinued
Don't take
Vault
this
too.
No,
I love Volt. I used to drink that shit all the time.
I saw on eBay they were selling some Surge.
Actually, they still make Surge, but only in Norway.
I was gonna say it's not available in America. Yeah, we used to get like a 12-pack of Surge, a fucking couple bags
like-
or a bag of Doritos, and rent a video game. And then Friday night we would just stay up, eat fucking Doritos, drink fucking Surge, and game our asses off. And normally by the end of the weekend, we'd have the game beat.
My friends and I used to go. We'd play Phantasy Star Online. That's a MMO, but we do it offline. So we go to my neighbor's house. We buy a shit ton of chips and pop, and we fucking hang out for like the whole weekend playing that game.
Speaking of
Nacho
Doritos,
cheese.
have you guys tried the new Cool Ranch Dorito taco at Taco Bell?
Yep.
It's amazing.
I get
think-
it all the time. It's
I
fucking
think it's
awesome.
yeah, I think it's way better than the regular. I prefer the regular.
I haven't tried it.
Okay, well, I prefer the regular nacho, the original Doritos. I prefer
Yeah.
them over the Cool Ranch Doritos. But when it comes to the taco, I prefer the Cool Ranch taco because I think it has a better taste. It adds more to it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When they first introduced the Doritos Locos Tacos last year, I was thinking to myself, why did they only have the nacho cheese one? Why don't they have the Cool Ranch one too? Because I always preferred Cool Ranch over nacho cheese. So when they finally introduced it, I was like, yes, finally. And I tried it, and I was just like, oh my god, it's everything I always wanted and more.
They do this thing locally here at the football games and the baseball games called taco in a bag. What it is they take a bag of Doritos,
Crush
and
it a little.
they crush them up, and then they put everything that you would have in a taco inside of the bag, and then you get a fork.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, they're really fucking good.
To me, Taco Bell is one of the few fast food restaurants where just about everything on the menu I like. And I mean, that is just, to me, that is just one of the most perfect things they have on that menu. It is just absolutely fantastic.
You know what sucks on the Taco Bell menu? Their
Hmm.
nachos. They don't have any fucking taste. I don't understand how anyone can like them. They're gross, but that's my opinion.
They are
But I
gross.
don't- I don't-
you
I
know
don't
what I
really
like
get
from Taco
them
Bell. What I like from Taco Bell is the potato.
Oh,
The
the
potato-
Fiesta
The half
potatoes.
pound potato burrito.
Yeah, the half-pound potato
Oh my
burrito
god, I
cheese.
love that
Oh,
too.
You know when they a couple years ago when they introduced that burrito that had the Fritos in it? Did you guys ever try that?
yeah, I tried that.
I thought it was fucking amazing, and then they discontinued it, and I wanted to cry because I was like, that is the best goddamn thing I've ever had from Taco Bell. What about like McDonald's is constantly like the McRib is back? I'm like, that thing tastes like shit. Who the fuck gets excited about the McRib being back?
It's
Go
not
back.
even real meat. It's weird. It's rubbery meat to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, the thing about McDonald's with me is that, except for everything on their breakfast menu and a couple things on their regular menu, if I eat most of the food from McDonald's, I can only get about halfway through before I feel like I'm going to vomit.
I can't even make it through any type. Well, I can eat chicken from Burger King, but any of their other fucking excuses for meat, oh my god, no fucking way. I gotta eat it
miss
and
the
sit on the
chicken
toilet.
fry.
The last topic of this episode of the podcast is going to be what is the worst band or artist out right now? And I'm going to start it off by answering the question myself. I honestly say that the worst, not a band, but the worst artist as of 2013 is Lil Wayne.
Oh my god, yes. Jesus, he is one of the absolute worst rappers I have ever heard in my life.
If you have ever listened to him freestyle, my asshole when I'm taking a watery shit makes better rhymes than him. He cannot
Yes.
freestyle for shit. The best freestyler, Eminem, hands down. Like if you've ever watched any of his freestyling, he fucking kills everyone that he faces.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, Lil Wayne is popular for no reason. He's not a good rapper. And I think the reason why I think people like him is he makes so many fucking references in what he does. He's like, I'm taking a shit, like that movie, Scarface. And everyone's like, oh shit, I fucking seen Scarface. And I got guns blazing like Tony Montana. And they're like, fuck, I love Scarface. Lil Wayne loves Scarface. We're fucking like brothers, man. Like, we're from the same mother. Like, oh my god, I can relate to that. He's
You
like,
know who's even worse than that? Like, who does that even worse is Soulja Boy. I
Oh,
swear
well.
to God, he actually wrote a song called, and it, the song's called Goku, and the song, and like the chorus is, "Bitch, I look like Goku."
This comes
It's
from a guy that got popular off Soulja Boy up in that ho. Obviously, he's not good. So,
yeah. So I mean,
but
like both
that-
of those guys are just absolutely horrible rappers. I mean, making references in your music is okay. I mean, I don't mind that. It's just when you do that, like all the time. It becomes a shtick instead of just like something you do, and it just becomes boring.
Yeah, exactly. And
And then there was his rock album, which was equally just
Fucking
horrible.
horrible.
Oh my god, there was a video I saw on YouTube of it where like somebody took like a clip from the song, and like he had a quote unquote guitar solo in one of the songs, and it simply consisted of him like
playing
every
power
other
chords.
second like picking one note like over and over again. And someone, the top comment for it on YouTube was, pretty soon Gibson's gonna introduce the new Lil Wayne signature Les Paul, which basically only has one string on it and it's perpetually out of tune.
I think the main reason he's popular is because he makes all them references, and he doesn't like have who he is. He whatever's cool at that point in time is what he brings into himself. Like it's not so much a way to stay relevant. It's just like he's got nothing. And when he was in the coma, it was like, oh my god. I'm like, you know what? I hope he doesn't.
die.
I hope he doesn't die, because if he does die, he'll become
Cobain.
Yeah, he'll blow up even bigger, and he'll be like, I don't even like to utter the name Cobain because he could never play the guitar worth a shit. He was such a terrible guitarist.
Oh.
He was a great song composer. He had great lyrics, but he should have never touched a guitar. Kurt Cobain did to the guitar what pedophiles do to children. The only reason Nirvana's huge still is because of his suicide. Had Lil Wayne have died in that coma, he would have got even bigger, and I didn't want that because he's fucking terrible and he needs to just fade away. Like, he needs to go. The entire rap game right now is just a fucking mess.
It's all garbage.
It is, and that's partially because of him. And like Drake is even worse. Drake is even fucking worse.
One thing I
What he
never
did.
do is go to a rap concert, for fuck's sake. It's
I've-
a bunch of yo. Blah, 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 blah.
I have worked rap shows. It's so fucking annoying when like 50 people have a microphone and they're all yelling random shit. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you then, Greg. Who is the worst band or worst artist out right now?
Okay, well, you basically said one of the ones, but I'm gonna go with the one that I really wanted to break out is Broken Side.
Ah, that's where I knew you were going to Broken Side.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about them. They use
I
auto
wish I could.
You're so lucky.
I wish I could forget about them too, Dale.
Yeah, I do too, because it's just like, remember the day I first discovered them, it was one of those things where I just sort of stumbled upon it. MySpace, because this was obviously back in the day when MySpace was big. I was like, I wonder what these guys sound like, and I clicked play, and the second I clicked play, I immediately regretted it, because like the stuff that came out of my speakers into my ears, I think it would be a disgrace to music to label it as music, because I mean that it's just so absolutely atrocious. It's four of the most ridiculously upper middle class white guys possible who listened to too much Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and the Used and decided, hey, you know what? Let's combine these, because that totally makes sense. You know, writing songs about nothing but doing cocaine and getting blowjobs from drunk chicks, and then the next whining about how nobody loves you, because I mean that totally makes sense. And then even better, let's add death growls to it to show how hardcore we are.
Fucking terrible death growls too.
Well,
yeah, I know.
when
When
we-
that's all I get out of it.
talking about Broken Side makes me think of two other groups: Hollywood Undead and Blood on the Dance Floor.
Blood on the
Undead.
Dance
I
Floor,
never heard
I
Blood on the
hate
Dance
Blood
Oh
on
my
the
god,
Dance
I hate those fucking
Hollywood
bands. I
Un-
hate them. I hate
Hollywood
them. I hate
Undead,
them.
on the other hand, Hollywood Undead, I can actually stand. They don't like they're
They're fucking horrid.
they don't come off as like absolutely
They're fake as fuck.
cringingly terrible. I think part of what another thing that bothers me about Blood on the Dance Floor and Broken Side is the fact that all the members are scene kids, and I just cannot stand scene kids. Oh, I'm gonna pass it to Dale. I want to hear what he thinks is the worst band or artist right now.
The worst artist that I just completely can't stand, and I can't stand for the longest time, ever since she came out, is Taylor Swift.
I knew you were gonna say Taylor Swift.
Now,
Oh
I
my god.
cannot fucking stand that bitch
Oh,
I can't
okay,
stand
whatsoever.
her
okay.
either.
hang on.
She's writing love songs and breakup songs between all the people that she's dated and broke up with.
Well,
it's so
see,
funny.
that's the thing. That's all she writes. That is all she sings. That is all she performs. And the only reason why she's famous is because of all the little hipster chicks that love her. And she's not even country. She's fucking pop.
Exactly.
Well, she's declared herself as pop recently, though.
Now,
It's just-
I gotta say this. The same exact thing happened to Avril Lavigne, and it happened to Katy Perry, and it's happening to Taylor. Actually, if you listen to any of Taylor Swift's last album, Red, it's happened. The music industry destroyed Avril Lavigne. It destroyed Katy Perry, and it is right now completely destroying Taylor Swift. By the time her next album comes out, it'll be 100% solely pop with probably maybe one or two country-related type things in it too. Now, when she first came
I don't
out,
think she can do a country related type thing. I don't think she's ever done a country related type thing.
now I said related type thing, not me. I never considered her country. I completely agree with you.
I never have either.
But I'm just saying that she did have country influence initially. That if you listen to any of the new album, there is a tiny bit of country influence in there. She is
There was like 2 banjo chords in one.
there's a little bit of stuff, but I think with her next album there probably won't be any. Very, 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 very little, if any. And okay, take it back to Avril Lavigne, because the same thing happened to Taylor Swift. Avril Lavigne, when she came out, she was like, this like punk rock girl that was like a very good role model for females. She was a great role model for females. Because, she wasn't done up all pretty and stuff, like she did her shit, she did her thing. She was really like natural, not, like the ideal beauty that America crams in females' faces. Like, this is what you need to look like, so go fucking cut yourself and make yourself puke because you don't look like this. And how
Now
America
she sells acne medication.
force feeds that down females' throats, and I think that's a huge problem overall. Avril Lavigne was like a huge, just influential, like good role model to have for girls, and I was like, and she wasn't that bad looking, and I'm like, this is a good thing. Look at her now. She's like plastic surgery, fucking, blonde, fucking just
Yeah.
the complete opposite of
She's-
what she was. She got
And
destroyed
now
by the
she's
music
getting-
industry.
That's right. And now she's getting married to Chad Kroger.
The thing about the music industry is if you're not a strong person and you can't tell your people no, they take over your life.
Sex sells.
Yeah, sex sells, but
And I'm buying.
bump it up. The next one that was really bad that this happened to, when Katy Perry first came out, this is only a couple years ago now. When she first came out, she was a pretty decent role model for females as well. She had that, kind of all natural thing. Yeah, I mean, granted, she did get popular with a song about kissing another girl, but that aside, it was a really catchy tune. She was kind of, real. That was where they sold her on it. She had that real type thing, and she come off like a good role model. Look at her now. Her music is completely fucking different. Avril Lavigne, I don't even know if she makes music anymore. I doubt it. But if she did, it would probably sound the equivalent to Taylor Swift's now. They made her into like, I don't even know. She looks like a fucking whore every time you see Katy Perry on TV now. I mean, she made that one music video. It was awful. And her music is fucking awful now compared to what it used to be. It's even worse now. And Taylor Swift, when she came out, she was like a pretty decent role model. I'm not saying her music was good, but she was a pretty decent like type role model for females. And now like her music is destroying. Like now that innocence more or less is gone. It's just like she's the next whore of the music industry.
Nick.
It's a toss-up between Nicki Minaj, Nickelback, and Stone Temple Pilots.
I love Stone Temple Pilots, Nick, so fuck you.
Ryan, are you gonna go with Nicki Minaj?
yeah, I can't stand her. She's all plastic.
You a stupid hoe. A stupid hoe.
Oh my god.
Bees
that
in
song
the
alone
trap.
makes me...
Bees
that
in
song-
the trap.
That one song she was like, lick my ass. I want
God,
the
I
best
hate
ass
that.
eater.
She's the Black Lady Gaga.
Whatever happened to Lady Gaga? Did she die?
She-
And that does it for this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been joined by my co-host.
Dale.
Try and get.
Greg.
Nick,
If you want to take the time to donate, there will be links in the description. It would be greatly appreciated. And thanks for listening. Later, fellas.